Metal Gear Solid 3 is the greatest game I've ever played, and today we're going to be talking about this remake, Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. I'm so excited. It is amazing stuff. They dropped some more gameplay and some cinematics for us to kind of marvel at and enjoy. And there's a lot of new information as well that we're going to go down the rabbit hole and discuss here. You guys should definitely be excited for it because, again, this is literally the greatest game I've played, the greatest from the greatest series, in my opinion. And if you haven't played this game, then I do recommend you to play it. I don't know if I want to tell you to play the original, which is a masterpiece, or try out this remake whenever it releases. I believe 2025 it would come out. Super exciting stuff to get into. You're watching just a cutscene intro to the remake. As you can see, the fidelity is amazing, and you have our main character, Naked Snake, what we're gonna call him for now, till you play the game and you'll see what he becomes. But this is cool stuff. Even the guy on the left is actually a little cameo, interesting setup here, Duke. But we'll talk about that a little more. We got some key information from the producers and the developers working on the game as well that I want to kind of get into just a little bit and tell you guys exactly what revealed and brought to us. Major stuff, and it's exciting to say. So lock in for all those details. First things first, by the way, I have giveaways for this channel and for my other channels. Okay, so we're doing a lot of giveaways for different games, and all you need to do is check the descriptions for those details. We'll get into what's going on. So Metal Gear has an event in Tokyo Game Show. If you're watching this, September 26th until the 29th, Tokyo Game Show happens, and they're gonna have an event where you can play the game officially, get your hands on it yourself, and see what it all the hype is about. And you let me know what you think. If you do play it, or if you're going, hit me up, and I might have something special to tell you or show you or give you a chance to do with Metal Gear. But with that being said, you're watching official gameplay. And one thing I want to talk about in just detail wise before we get into the stuff that they reported is it's kind of crazy to think that this loading screen right here is a retro thing. They don't really need to have it in the game, but they put it in there, I guess, and what they kind of explained, they're staying true. They didn't want to change the experience for the players and make the remake officially. Instead of making it like no loading at all, they made it so that you have the general setup as well. And this right here was an amazing little action, and I want to kind of pause it here, and I'm not going to do a full breakdown, but as you can see, the combat is definitely top tier. You can even see the leaves blow, and then you can, if you wanted to, basically grab them and shake them off for their items. If you guys don't know how this game works, you can pick up all their stuff, you know, get some more ammo or things like that. Every enemy has different things depending on where they're located and who they are. So very cool. And now we're going to get into some of the topics and conversations that the devs had. It was a pretty interesting reveal that they basically showcased, and want to just show you guys. They have this show called Hot Line Metal Gear, basically. And so the positive feedback from the media of when they played the demo was a faithful recreation down to the fine details. They really loved that. They said it's amazing graphics and visuals. Someone else said that you can move and crouch, which is always awesome for me. I love that. And then smoother controls and aiming. And this is a big deal because a remake should have modern things. Then down below, hilarious in my opinion, the exact opposite. Someone saying it's too close to the original, doesn't feel fresh. It's called a remake, dude. Come on, man. Out of date loading screens between areas. I can agree with that because I'm one of those guys that prefer modern things. But I get the fact that they wanted to stay true to the original game, but it is what it is. And then there's not a lot of new features, as someone else said. That's what they're feeling or thinking. And then the developers had like Q&A from the community when will Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater release? And he said, listen, we need to work on it, make sure that everything is good and done right. And that is the best answer. I do believe that at Tokyo Game Show, we will get an official answer, so stick around for that. And I got y'all covered. I'm going to be covering this game all year. Then you have the MGS Master Collection Volume 2. When will it release? And he said, you know, and this is, I'm trying to paragraph everything that they said, but he's basically explaining that Part 1, Volume 1, when it dropped, it wasn't perfectly done for the PC ports, and they, you know, have been working on that, and they're trying to fix that. They fixed everything that they can. So before they drop Part 2, they want to make sure that they don't do the same mistake. So to give them time, pretty much what he said. And then this gentleman who's worked on the promotions for Metal Gear Rising, if you guys know, somebody was asking, can you get this, make this digital available for Japan? And he says, we owe them an apology, and we do, you know, working on, hope we can get a release for that. And of course, this is stuff that they can't officially say if they're working on it, but you got to just take it with a grain of salt. In my opinion, just take it with a grain of salt and see, you know, and hope that something like that does come to fruition. But we'll see. Again, this is a lot of paraphrasing some of the stuff that they said, but one thing I want to kind of note is in these cutscenes that we're going to watch in a second, that we watched already because I've been replaying this brand new footage, the cutscenes give credit to the original people making the game. And one of the biggest deals is Kojima. As you guys know, Kojima worked with Konami to bring all of the Metal Gear Solid series together. So they worked together to do this, and he's been a big imprint in the series. So the fact that he's in there is super cool, and I personally am excited to see that as a part of the game, and them paying the tribute to him, and so on and so on. And so we're gonna have you covered for all of these type of details and everything you need to know. I want to kind of get into what to expect, because I do that on my Metal Gear channel. And while this is my personal gaming channel, Metal Gear channel is a channel that you want to go to because I have nonstop Metal Gear content. But in this channel, I cover everything, right? Anything I'm playing. And today we're talking about this, but I wanted to get into some of the details. So all of this that you're seeing here, all the injuries aren't like pre-rendered type of things. Okay, these are actual player injuries that they did to themselves. Not to themselves, but if you never get caught and you get to this segment, to a cutscene and to all of the gameplay, you're not going to have all this blood. The reason he has this blood is because someone shot him. He was getting caught. He wasn't playing smart. And that's what happened. Okay. This is a mechanic that's in the game that is incredible details. It was somewhat in the game before, but now it's way better than ever. You can see all the blood. You can see all of the injury, which is a cool mechanic in my opinion. And there's a lot of little details. If you had never played Metal Gear before, there's so many cool little details, like segments where you're able to shoot a beehive to attack enemies and do like that. And even grappling this guy here, to be honest with you, you can grab them, turn them into hostage, or interrogate them, ask them to give you their stuff, and basically do that, and then use them as a shield if you want. There's a lot of things. Choke them out, slam them to the floor like you saw. So many cool little options in the game. These are the type of things that this game is well known for, and it's amazing. And so expect a really good time if you're new to this series. A lot of dynamic things that could happen, or things that you can do, the freedom to fool around and to go forward. And so it's gonna be a good time for anybody that's new. And if you're returning, let me know what your thoughts and how you feel about this in the comments, because I know I'm very excited and thrilled to have this series, and I'm gonna be giving you guys full rundown. You can see this is the literal introduction of the game. This is what for those that haven't played this is the official start of the game, and this is how you get introduced to all of it. Very cool, because something fun happens when you see that plane. Well, let's just say. Anyways, But to kind of wrap this up for now, go to the main Metal Gear channel. I'm trying to manage a lot of channels. I should put it all in one, right? And then have you guys flooded with content. But I've been spreading it around, and I hope y'all don't mind that, because I am partnered with the 3 YouTube channels. That's why I'm trying to do giveaways for all of them to celebrate and thank you guys for the love and support that you've been offering. And so I want you to check the description, check those giveaways, and then enter at your own joy. Everything that we got going on here, we got you covered for all Metal Gear and other games that I will be playing. Check out the channel for all those details. See you guys on the next one.